Well, well, well. Good evening, lads, lasses, and you non-binary folk. How are we all feeling? Oop, dear God. Oopsies. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Sorry, I'm breaking things. Terrible. But yes, hello, hello, everyone. Good evening, Tiberian. Oh, goodness. I'll be in a bit of a weird mood. Apparently, I'm a bit of a weird speaker, too. Because goodness, good evening. Oh, I'm glad. I'm tired. It's the first time I've not managed to avoid work, unfortunately. So I've been up since 3 AM this morning. So it's been a good... What are we at now? 7:30? 15 hours or so? 16 hours? Eesh. Training a new team member, though. So we're looking up at the old department. Perhaps we'll be able to get the damn thing functional. Oof. Yeah, I did take a bit of a nanny nap, don't worry. Are you drinking sewage, Mr. Winters? Not quite, but I am drinking the rich white girl version of alcoholic sewage, which is the mimosa. The classic midday drink for all brides anxious about their wedding. I'm making a specific reference to a family member of mine. They know who they are. Well, them and the rest of the nieces, who also drank about 3 bottles of wine in that morning while preparing for the wedding. Other than that, yes. How are you all, though? How are you, Lord Theo? Yes, I've been up and at it, training a new team member. Thought it was a screwdriver. Ah! Screwdrivers in a tall glass. The difference is the glass. It's very similar, honestly. A screwdriver is vodka. A couple of shots of vodka with a lot of orange juice in ice. Mimosa is 1 part whatever the hell bloody sparkling white you want. I've got a Brut Cuvée from Yellow Glen. It's pretty cheap. Secret weird times when I'm not supposed to. I chose to actually have a 2.5-hour nap this afternoon. Completely missed. I could have had a longer nap, but I've completely forgot when my Japanese lesson was. It's tomorrow, not today. So I got up in preparation for it, then realized I didn't need to get up. I could have slept for 3 hours. Yes, so it's some champagne of, some sparkling white of any kind, matched with some orange juice. It's pretty good, honestly. Those white girls at weddings, or at hens parties, they know what they drink in the middle of the day. Granted, it's not the middle of the day, but this is what I was tempted to do if I was going to do a day stream of this game. I think Mimosa was one of the drinks of this game, wasn't it? Yeah, screwdrivers. It is funny how similar a lot of drinks look to each other. It's all based on the glass. A lot of the time, or the, you can figure it out from the garnish of the glass, but yes, mimosas tend to be in champagne glasses. And this is probably the drink we'll have for tonight, because I've opened this bottle of champagne, or it's not champagne. I shouldn't call it champagne. I'm not that fancy. Imagine if I had champagne. Ooh, fancy, champagne. Goodness. But yes, because I've opened the damn bottle, so I may as well keep using it until I run out of orange juice. Oh, I could go make a screwdriver. Wouldn't be too hard. But if I was going to do that, I'd make a, I don't know, sunrise or something. Anyway. Yeah, it's a bit more listening to people whining, as I said in the title. Dealing with old Dono's whining. Though it's been a pretty good week. The old fellas that I was watching live stream their ride across Hokkaido did well. Samosas and pumpkin spice. Both basic white girl tricks. Yes, a basic. Goodness. You can tell I've been up for too long. But yes, mimosas and pumpkin spice. I've never had any pumpkin spice. Honestly, there's not many Starbuckses here, so... Unless it's done by other mom and pop places. Anyone suspecting Vtuber thought Doki Doki Literature Club would be a good Valentine's Day game, so she planned to drink mimosas while she played. Oh dear. How'd that go? I'm sure that went well. Goodness. Oh dear, I've also changed my expression. I just realized my expressions are a bit silly. I've got the smiling eyebrow. Give me a moment, I need to fix my expressions. Not additive. I want them to be not additive. So, yes, okay. Sorry about that. I wonder how that went. Oh dear. That would have been quite the shock. Hey, the mimosas would probably have helped, honestly. Played it all the way through was an amazing watch. It's a real shame that I've been spoiled about that. A real shame. I think it would have been a great little story, but... yeah, well. From Indonesia, though the other dead times do not hurt. I've been living... You know, I always wake up a bit earlier. I do go to sleep quite late, but I still tend to get up early. It's a bit of a mess. But, I've been working because I'm one of the more skilled team members at the job I currently am, being the right hand to the boss themselves, considering I know the old maid. Delicious. I've been getting up at ridiculous hours of the morning to come and save people from certain doom. I had to help direct this poor lost team member to find the damn store at night time. Find the employee entrance to the store at night time. It was in the morning, like before the sun was up. It was pretty funny. They gave me a call like, Eric, this is Eric? And I'm like, yes, this is Eric. They're like, where are you? And I was like, I'm just in. Look for the man with the bright white hair. They were lost. I had to go find them. They had a very loud voice, though, so in an empty car park, I could hear them from quite the distance. So, lucky for them, I was able to find them pretty quickly. Very piercing voice. It's a good day, though. It's a good day. Seems this worker will do well. They'll do well. It's always nice. So you're not supposed to be working on my work days, so that's very bad. I also slept through the streams of 2 VTubers I really like. Oh, that's a damn shame. Speaking of VTubers that are fun, well, VTubers I like, I should say that. I, popped into, after my nap, I woke up and saw that, Cup character, Cup the Kitsune, was doing her, like, 500 subscribers, celebration. I was surprised. I could have sworn it was only a few months ago. She only had, like, 250 or something. Time is strange. I also advertised myself a bit on that. I got one message out advertising myself, so don't you worry. I'm sort of advertising myself. Cheers to that. It was contextual, though. I didn't just come into a channel and start going, hey, everyone, look at me. I'm a VTuber. My name's a bit of an advertisement, but I did at least try, because I've been rocking up in subscribers lately. It's crazy! Though it seems that quite a few quite active, larger people seem to be sort of recommending her to other people. Yeah, I was very surprised, because I could have sworn it was only like 250 a few days ago. But yes, she mentioned something about playing Mario Party, and I was like, well, if you're lamenting the fact you can't find any VTubers to play Mario Party with, I have Mario Party Superstars. And I am a VTuber. So, if you run out of people, I'm your man. And I felt so awkward doing that. God, it's awful, isn't it? Oh, this sort of awkward self-advertisement. The problem is you don't want to... It feels awkward to do it. I don't know, it just feels strange to do it on somebody else's stream. But it was a pretty casual advertisement. I'm the only one getting in my own head about it. Because to me it feels like I'm approaching someone, and it's... in society, it's not really that well, looked at. I was talking a bit normally. I did mention, I congratulated her, I mentioned something, and then I went, oh yeah, you mentioned that thing. So I did a couple of messages before I advertised myself. But it still feels awkward, I still am stuck in the sort of real person situation. I wouldn't have never done that in person, Me, looking like me, and being of my stature and age, just walking up to a young woman and saying something like that is just, it's bizarre. It's bizarre, so I just can't handle it sometimes. Feels strange. I understand that's just all me, it's in my own head. I could have talked... The thing is, I only did a couple of messages before I did it, because it was just something she mentioned as I entered. So, you know, you don't want to wait too long to jump on the topic. So I feel like I could have done more talking. And you know, when you're in person, you can gauge people's reactions. It's horrid, the internet. I hate it sometimes. I'm so used to talking to people in person over my life that I worry when I'm on the internet because I can't see anyone's face. Granted, I'm not showing mine either, so I suppose there's a difference. I suppose there's not much different. I've already finished my first mimosa. Vtubers, some are cool with playing with people they just met, some people don't look up there before they were. Yeah, well, you know, putting my name forward is... I don't think it's going to be harmful. You never know. Maybe when they're thinking, oh, who should I invite? Maybe I'll come to mind first. That's the idea of it. It's how I used to get jobs, actually. It's getting yourself fore in mind of the person who's going to hire you more than anything else. Becoming friends with them in the interview. I don't know why I'm using interview and job strategies for this. Collaboration. It's strange, but it's, you know, the logical part of my brain. I can't stop myself from thinking like that. But yeah, some advice if you want to get a job. It's all about making yourself in the front of mind. Even if you're not the best candidate for a job, it's about making them think of you first. You want to share an advertising business? Yes. I never really bothered with the names and all that sort of thing. I just figured out on my own. But yes, it's a winning strategy. Yeah. I remember I had a boss once that I got hired by years and years and years ago these days. I had no connections. Nobody knew me. I didn't know this person, but we shared a name. I was Eric. He was Eric. And so I made that sort of a part of my pitch, in a way. And because I was the one candidate that shared a name with him, and I made sure that he associated me with the name, a name he's quite often exposed to, something that comes to his mind quite often, his own name, I managed to convince... I didn't have any... really as many... I saw the other candidates, I didn't have nearly as good a stuff as that, but I shared a name with them. And he thought of me first. And so I was hired. Granted, I did do the job properly after that, but, you know, you gotta find those advantages where you can get them. You may not know the right people, but you may meet the right person. Use every advantage you can get for job interviews. There's your advice for the day. You know, short of poisoning all the other candidates, knock yourself out. Oh, knocking yourself out might make you more obvious and more of a memorable team member. Fainting on the spot. Tripping over and knocking yourself out, you never know. They might hire you for slapstick. But yes, hilarious stuff. I don't know where I got from Cup the Kitsune into business hiring strategy and mindshare, but never mind. What we were doing? Probably playing a game, weren't we? We should probably jump into it, shall we? Looks close to over 20 subs during that stream. Wow. I would say one of them was me, because I was already subscribed to her. Yeah, she got a few raids from a couple of other YouTubers, VTubers. I think one of them was just a YouTuber. During the time even I was watching. I think there was one quite early in the stream. I was watching sort of in the background while I was doing other things. But yes, after watching on that stream last week, I'm much better at watching live streams. Got more patience for them. But yes, so she had quite a few raids of a few dozen people. So it's honestly not a surprise she got a lot of subs. She got a lot of exposure. We might be witnessing a rising star, everyone. A rising star. Don't like the game she plays, so I haven't subscribed. Fair enough. She's kind of a Pokemon sort of fellow, isn't she? Mimosa number 2. I've just made it in front of me. You see that hand? That was the hand using the jigger. Mimosa number 2. Speaking of drinks and making, I saw one of the big HoloLove YouTubers making drinks. Amazing, I know, right? Mori Calliope, I believe. I can never get off her... Calliope, or Calliope. I can never get over her name. Sorry, there's just a town in rural Queensland called Calliope that I used to drive through every year to go to our family vacation spot. A family where I would visit my family up north when I was down south. And even now, sometimes I can go through it when I'm heading south. But every time I hear Mori Calliope's name, I just think of that park in the middle of nowhere. And when I was younger, I was always used to pronounce it as Calliope when I was very young, and my father would always correct me, but because it was only every once a year that I went to this town. I would never remember. It was until I was quite old, where better memory for that sort of stuff, that I would go, oh, Calliope. Rubberoo, yes, yes, I have. He's a bartender character, isn't he too? Though I haven't seen any actual videos. I haven't watched it. Granted, I haven't watched many of his lives. I haven't seen him do any drink stuff. Does he do drink stuff? It'd be nice. Because, yeah, Calliope? I don't know why I'm saying Calliope now. Calliope. Miss Calliope was doing a sort of drinking stream for her stream, and she was doing essentially what I did. She's stealing my thing. I don't know, I don't speak Japanese. Fair enough. She was doing, yeah, a drinking stream, making a cocktail making stream based on the cocktails that people had sort of made up. They're like, oh, this drink is probably this one, and this drink is probably this one. It was that document one of you sent to me with all the Valhalla drinks. Like all that stuff. You know the one. I haven't watched them in a long time. Yes. I haven't watched many of the males. I don't know why I said male. Many of the boys, many of the lads. Many of those little tiny ankle biters. But, they come across my way, I suppose, occasionally. The magic of YouTube recommendations. It's fun stuff, though. It was interesting seeing her do some drink-making things. I can't tell if she can handle her alcohol or she can't at all, that girl. Good old Miss Calliope. Who knows? Anyway. Yes, they did. We were talking about them. Who was it when I was talking about them with? I cannot remember. Recently, I was talking at the beginning of one of our streams about... Might have been the Themyscira stream? I can't remember. But yes, I was talking about one of them. Particularly the grey-haired one. Wildly lamenting, I was, about how weirdly jealous I was of this man with grey hair. Feel like he's crimping my whole bit. He's crimping? I don't know. Cramping? Cramping, not crimping. Crimping's different. Crimping's a gang thing, isn't it? Well, I think it is. Well, it may also be a dance move. I can't keep up, I'll be honest. Point is, cramping my style. He's got grey hair, he's handsome, he's got a deep, nice voice, which I don't have, so I'm jealous of it. And he drinks tea, and talks about hobbies. Both things which I do, and probably most VTubers do, but for some reason I personally am offended when he does it, and no one else. Who knows? Something for the psychologist, I suppose. Coming to the psychologist and say, so Eric, what are you going to talk about this week? Well, there's this online fellow. He's a VTuber, you see. He's a VTuber, you see. He's a VTuber, you see, and I'm just wildly jealous, and I don't understand why. Please. Please, doctor. Free me. You don't understand. Sorry, I got a bit of it. Cheers from yelling, goes drinking, and all that. Good times. California. Is that what you mean? But yes. Interesting stuff. I always think it would be fascinating to have a conversation with all those people. I'm one of those, one of the many people who would probably start a podcast if I had enough popularity, let's be honest. Like, the first 30 minutes of my streams is a podcast on its own, honestly. A one-man podcast. I'd definitely also start some sort of interview show if I got the choice. Some sort of interview show. I'm definitely one of those people. They're very popular, though, interview shows. You've got really intense ones that are really popular these days, like that Anthony Padilla fellow who do those A Day With XYZ. You've got, you know, the biggest podcast in the world, Joe Rogan. It's also mostly an interview podcast. Well, occasionally. And you've got so many VTubers who do have like a running series of interviews. Iron Mouse, Speak of the Devil. We've got that Takahashi fellow with his bar show that he talks to people with. It's crazy, isn't it? Limitless amounts of them. Never get enough of talking to people, I suppose. This was a dangerous drink to have chosen. Because I have a whole bottle of sparkling white here. And luckily enough, only 500 mils. I have 750 mils of wine and only 500 mils of orange juice. And considering it's 1-to-1, we'll run out of orange juice first, so then we can put the wine away. But that's still most of the bottle of wine. You can get VTubers you wouldn't be able to otherwise in the form of interviews. That's true, I suppose. Something to think about. The Yakuza games bring in a lot of people. Guess you have to find a niche that people don't do it often. It's true. You know, you should just go for it. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I'm lucky compared to most. I'm not trying to make a career out of this. It would be nice, I'll admit. I wouldn't be adverse to the idea, but the problem about live stream as a career is, being quite casual as I am, I can leave. I could still run away to, you know, another country and not feel like I'm, you know, shooting myself in the foot. Granted, when you get bigger, but, you know, I have a good confidence that you fellows would pop in if you saw me alive after a couple of weeks. Considering you've done it already recently. I've done it plenty of times where I've just left for 2-week periods. So I'm lucky. I've got an income. I've got quite a good work-life balance. So I can do a lot more than others. You know, I'm established. I've got savings and that sort of thing. It's not the same for many. So, don't expect any wild changes to this channel, let's be honest. Why am I trying to drink the orange juice? God, I'm a mess. I'm in a mess. I'm a mess, I tell you. That's what happens. Long day. The worst part of it, just a shift to finish till 2 o'clock. Oh, it was awful. It was awful. So I worked 9 hours today. Not as bad as your shifts, I know, Tiberian, but, you know, I'm getting up there. Don't have the energy for that sort of thing anymore. Probably work a lot more than me, though, Tiberian, so ignore my complaining. Anyway, we should probably jump into this game, shouldn't we? It's almost 30 minutes. We've now done our 30 minutes of conversation. It's time to jump into it. Of course, I haven't launched the game, because that would make sense. And that would have been a reasonable and pre-prepared thing to do. Neither of which I am. But it wouldn't hurt to get interviewed by a smaller one for fun. Yeah, well, you know. I have a friend in, old Gran Gran, and Gran Gran occasionally does interviews. You know, if I talk to Gran Gran, I could probably get an interview or interview sometime. Do you work full-time or part-time? Is 40 hours full-time in Oz? Yes, 40 hours, I believe, is full-time in Australia. It has changed over a few years. A lot of labour laws and stuff. Full-time. I think it might be 38, honestly. Okay. It's considered full-time if you work over 30 hours a week in all of your jobs, or your university work as well is usually counted as full-time. But yes, more than 35 hours. There's a lot of stories. People are into that. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. But yes, it's but I'm working close to 40 hours a week. But I think the maximum, I'm 38, but the maximum is 38, honestly. You can work more, but any hour over 38 in most major companies will count as penalty rates. It's crazy. Australia's pretty good with their labour laws, considering it's not surprising, honestly. In Australia for a great many years, through the 70s, 80s, and even 90s, the Labour Party, one of the government parties, and the unions pretty much ran the country. So, a lot of good labour laws here. So, 38 hours. It's better than most countries, I'd say. Choose to shoot the you should shoot for the moon and find the balls. Oh, the absolute family jewels I'd have for that. You could sell those for a dime, that's for sure, if I did that. Oh. That would be great. Yeah. Hilarious. Well, considering my family has such trouble with autoimmune conditions, you never know, we might have something in common. The older I get, the more likely it is that I'm going to develop some terrible autoimmune condition. Granted, it seems to run in the ladies in our family. She likes older men, and she likes interviews. Yeah. Triple threat I am, aren't I? Triple threat. Yes. 40-hour weeks. Been a long time since I've done 40-hour weeks. Pretty tough. Forgotten how tough they can be, especially in a job so physically demanding. I'm very tired all the time, so that's why I've reduced the screen from 3 to 2, or 1 sometimes. It also doesn't help that I'm sort of working as a faux boss, a faux line manager while I'm here, covering for the actual manager. It's good fun though. It's nice to do some sort of admin stuff and training. Yes, hilarious. What a absolute champion move that would be. What if that's my rise? What if that's how I get famous, everyone? One of these days. One of these days. Now, I really should launch the game. Stop distracting me. You fellas. Keep distracting me. Do it. Do it. The classic. Do it. Do it. I don't know why I like doing that voice. It's fun, the whole... Do it. Do it. He sounds so almost comedic. Ooh. Games. Also, bloody OBS updated. Now it looks all different. It looks all sleek and modern. Not like an old program from the early 2000s. Let's come to the gaming. Ooh, listen to that. Beautiful media source. Actually, why is the media source playing? I just could have sworn I muted that media source. Why is it not picking up the screen? And they've changed it, it's very confusing, I can't find anything anymore. They've made everything bigger and... it's really annoying. There are you. There's the game. I had some streamers have some problem with the new version. You know, honestly... I might have problems. Currently, I don't. Boom, doom, doom, boom. Yeah. Let's go. I wonder what crazy people we're gonna find today. Yeah, we'll automatic renew. 800 in your account. Jill is humming. Your love is a drug. Buying the song will prevent her from getting too distracted. Right. Let's go to the shop then. Last time I forgot to buy something. What is it? Your love is a drug, she said? There you are. I can stop getting distracted. She will surely be not distracted. Now, what is it? We didn't look at the blog, did we? Her blog. Kira Mickey blog. Thanks, GC. Dome concert. What do I do to relax? What do I do to relax? That sounds like fun. Sounds right. It's been very hectic as of late. I'd like to share you what I do to relax. Sitting on rooftops. Ooh, very dramatic. Feeling the wind in your hair. I'm on the road most of the time, so I don't have a specific rooftop I like to relax on. Probably a good idea. Feel the breeze. See a beautiful vista. Makes me think about life. You know, I understand. You know, I really wish I wasn't so energetic when I was younger. Hell, I'm still energetic now. You'll find it hard to keep me in one place for very long. That may be untreated or undiagnosed ADHD, according to my psychologist. I always found it such trouble to sit and appreciate views, even though I love them. It's tough. It's tough. Tea cocktails. Something can't live without. Mixing tea with vodka, rum, gin, lime, anything tasty in actual combination. I'll be all over it. Ah, truly a woman after my own heart. Tea and cocktails? Goodness. It's like she's the female version of me, except she's a multi-millionaire idol and also a robot. That apparently is anatomically correct, because somebody has too much time on their hands. But other than that, we're almost exactly the same person. Because of one identifying factor, she likes tea and cocktails. It's great. My Eric Winters cocktail, the one for me, the Winters Nostalgia, has tea in it. So honestly, mate. It's amazing. Also, a favourite of mine, the Bees Teas cocktail, also has Lefroy in it. Not Lefroy, Lapsang Souchong, sorry. Careful to get tipsy before the show, though. I wouldn't want to ruin your evening. Whoops. If I remember correctly, we made her exceedingly drunk. Sorry about that. Our venue, around the corner. Thanks to you, the energy and love surrounding my life in every aspect. Gonna perform all your favorite songs, so please, be excited. It's a demand. Better be excited. Alright? So Chris, don't wait for me outside the stadium, or my bodyguards will get angry at you. I wouldn't like to see you hurt, so please don't do it. Oh, that's a clever way of doing it. What's GC? Feel the optimism in the air. Came to see me, experienced the loudest, craziest crowds in my whole career. Beyond speechless. Considering how much more text is after the phrase I'm beyond speechless, and how much is before, and I severely doubt you're beyond speechless, or if beyond speechless is now talking a lot, then maybe you're right. But you're certainly not speechless. Second date the city, set up, agency approve, show, experience, darlings, Miki. What do you have to say, Dono? One more civil death. Is Alice Rabbit group? Oh, Lana Smithy. Haha, they weren't even for it. They weren't even a threat to real protected data December. Rightio. Clearly this group is a bit interesting. One more civilian death and we'll ban protests. Oh dear. I thought she was a robot. How'd she get drunk? I don't know. How does she have a personality? It's the cyberpunk future. It's just how things are. I did like how crazy my throw my hands up in the air was just then. Also, did you like the thumbnail? Probably is. If I were to get banned for having a thumbnail, I feel like that's the one so far. It's probably the riskiest thumbnail I've done so far of me just absolutely downing a bottle of wine, which is what I'm doing. Writers. Actually, Sabotage to recover a beautiful city. Second term next year. Seems like a popular feta. Neo millions saved! Now, millions didn't die, millions were saved. Much better. if you suddenly put these advancements in earthquake predictions here in our beautiful city. Glitch City is not currently known to be a seismic zone. Ha! Huh. There you go. Dangerous opinions. Let's see. Stop forcing Alice. You hate Alice. December 17th, the refugee birthday is coming. That font, spooky font, it's happening. Something about getting out of jail, going back. When you guys were so nervous, the only one, the admin. Not this again. Hilarious. What's the Mickey concert? No shit posting allowed. Alright, these guys are talking about kissing the robot. Got it. What about the third one? Don't want fights, immature. Something about this. They really are good at emulating how people talk on online forums. Right. Now we can finally do our job, everyone. Let's go. We've done our required reading. Good evening. Yeah, she sounds Australian. Evening, mate. No, we wouldn't even say good evening. It's g'day. And I haven't met many people who say good evening. Most say just evening. What? No. Can barely understand them. Oh, hi there. Oh, Alma. I suppose they ought to be different before opening house, but I guess it's just the same tired thing. Alright, lass. I don't know you. Who are you to judge my tiredness? I am tired, and I am the same. But I do not appreciate calling a thing. I'm at least some sort of identified sort of noun. Alma. Leonidas. Wow, that's a fancy name. I once met a, though speaking of fancy Greek names, I did once meet a jeweler who named himself Aristotle. Well, didn't name himself Aristotle, he was named Aristotle. That was pretty cool. Almost matches a jeweler. Gillian. Marcello. You like those Italian, Mediterranean, Greek sort of names, don't you? Have you played it? Fear? Well, I've played a bit of it years ago. I just remember there's a pregnant woman and a psychic child, I think. That's all I remember. Other than that, no. I also if wanted to tag along. Hope you don't mind. I do mind. Make yourself at home. Don't make yourself at home. This is not your home. This is a bar. If you sleep on the couch, I swear to God. Where's Boss? Didn't she put the helmet on again, did she? You went out for a bit? Don't know what you do, but she'll be back. Make yourself comfortable while I prepare. Thanks. The jukebox. We got a new song, didn't we? We like it. It's a really good FPS. Oh, that's good. We'll start with the song we got. What was it called again? Lover's Drug. Wow. Very energetic. I suppose that does match the name of a song, Love is a Drug. That sort of does make it. Mix drinks and change lives. Cheers to that. Let's hope we can change drinks and mix lives up sometimes too. Just for a bit of a change, you could say. They say Jack in Destruction. It kind of stuck. Under a school that made us stand up with our hands behind our backs, on our backs when someone came in. Oh. I admit I did that sometimes too. Till high school or so. It's kind of like that. Oh, yeah, look at this. A glass with a signature. 2G. I'll assume it's either an autograph or an impromptu medicine recipe. She's got the finger up. Indeed. That kid Mickey girl came here yesterday for a concert, actually. Oh yeah. Now I see her name there. Don't seem very surprised. I like Link more, actually. Oh, does she? I have no idea who that is either. Really, it's the whole youth experience. Dealing with youth experience, where they all mention these names and throwing proper nouns at you like they mean something. Stoic looking duo? Yep, those. Better day than mine yesterday, but break up with Damien. Oh no, not Damien. I love Damien. He had a nice goatee. Shame, Matt. Shame, Matt. Want a drink? Don't seem very surprised. We know each other for what, a few months now? This is reminding me with some of the friends I used to have, where they're like, oh, I broke up with such and such. Oh, really now? It's like, why are you not surprised? I'm like, well, you know, you've had as many relationships as there are phases of the moon, so sorry if I've lost the ability to get emotionally invested. Happens. Those relationships here went further than a week or two. Say you broke up, but there's usually not enough to foster something to break. Ouch. That guy wasn't what I wanted, so I stopped floating. Ouch. Could you pretend to be more interested? No, I'm on Jill's side this time. I had to deal with too many of these sort of conversations. Oh, my mom says, if I don't buy it, it's because I know the product. Speaking of buying, do you want a frame? Frame? To be framed for a crime? Or like a picture frame? One's filling your phone's memory. Some sneakily taken at that. Ooh. Ooh. Risque. What do you... hell did you find that out? So it is true. Shut up. Oh, Jill. You're a mess, mate. She's got your heart. She's got you wrapped around her little robotic finger. I'm a hacker, remember? You shouldn't piss off a hacker. Well, that's true. Really like this one of us sleeping in your office. I think I'll copy it. It's really risque. Very voyeuristic. A bad touch before we keep arguing? I actually find that so funny. I guess it's a funny name, but a bad touch. Oh, it's quite a strong one. Oh, shit. Already swore. Too much alcohol. You're really gonna finish this game sometime. It'll happen. One day. Maybe. It takes time. I don't have much time, and I do like drinking with the game. It's fun to drink with the game, so I've only got limited time I can do it. And because I get up for 5 AM shifts almost every day of the week, I only have 1 day a week I can not do that. So it's pretty tough. I can't now, so I'm very tired all the time when it gets to late night. I should just bite the bloody bullet and do a day stream of it where I do 6 hours where I'm drinking and having fun, but I just don't have the time I had earlier this year. Just don't have the time. It'll be a staple of the weeks for a long time, I think. Though I am thinking of kind of trying to push through Thymesia tomorrow. That's why I'm starting at 9. I'm going to try and push through quite far. As far as I can get. Because honestly, the game just made me want to replay Sekiro. So I want to get around to replaying Sekiro. Okay, there we go. Who gives these drinks their silly names? Hey. A hipster in a bar that thinks up something really stupid or something really boring. Some drinks are really boring. Most drinks aren't. They have clever names. Like mine. Fiery Irish nuts and shaken Irish balls. I will always bring them up because they are stupid. Usually the ones who register it have quite a silly sense of humour. The girl keeps laughing over this particular drink's name. Yeah, Hey! If they get a laugh out of you, the drink's done its job. Good old fiery Irish nuts and shaken Irish balls, truly. Chef's kiss of my drunken naming convention that I made the comment about with those old drinks. Some of my first original cocktails, actually, were those ones. Used an old milkshake machine. One of the old ones with the 2 rings, not a blender, but like the actual proper milkshake burgers. It's great. Glad you had that tickled your fancy there, Mac. Oh, the nice car, fair enough. We all wish we had a nice car. Next drink convention, inflamed Irish testicles. Oh, oh, that might, oh, well, you know, if I'm drunk enough, that'll probably be a good name. I just have to, the problem is, the other ones worked so well because they actually had a part of the game, the names of the drinks, the actual spirits that made them up. I don't know how I'd managed to make a drink called Little Flame Irish Texas. Something that's, I suppose, I'm trying to even think, because the only things that, if you try and describe, maybe you're trying to go off description. Hello, sir. Hello, Nausea Fish. We're just talking about some interesting things. You've really walked in at a strange time. We're talking about bad pun names that are sort of risque. And the two ones I made up when I made cocktails back in the day. How are you doing? I hope you don't become a truly nauseated fish, as we talk about inflamed Irish testicles. Or shaken Irish, or flaming, was it flaming Irish nuts, or fiery Irish nuts, that's it. Cocktail names. Because this person was laughing about bad touch as a drink name, and honestly, that's tame compared to some of the Australian drinks I've seen. Pretty sure that one's just called piss. Or something piss, I'm not too sure. Sure, there's a manager at the bank. That guy was caught my eye. What's wrong with him? Turns out he was a LARPer. Oh no. Oh no. Truly the worst thing that a man could be, a LARPer. LARP? Live action role playing. We all wish we could have the imagination of some of those LARPers, I swear. No, honestly, at the rate I'm drinking this sparkling, I'm gonna be the nauseated fish. Dear oh dear. I want the nickname of some heavy-handed writer or a military organization. What are any role players? Have you heard of the Woodstock Fairs? Yeah. Barely dress, stink, roll in the mud. Be open. Well, this seems to be a bit different, Mech. This may not be the LARPing you're used to. It may take the role-playing to more of a bedroom meaning of the term. Those are hippies, yes? We're against those, and it's something I'd rather not do at all. If I stay with them, I'd eventually have to. I mean, I need to support my partner in what he does, but if it's something like that... See, that's the problem right there. You may be waking up like you had something formal, but most of the time you're still getting to know him. Yeah. I see other people doing voices. Do you all want me to do voices for this? I'm too lazy, honestly. It's extremely geeky. I'm saying there's a D&D player. Because I could do the voices of the main character. I'm not going to do voices of the main character, but other people, like, what is Alma saying? Sorry for not using the right word or whatever, but I'm still sorely disappointed. At least I'm trying to get some action. What was the last time you spent a night with someone else? Ooh, very accusatory. Last night? Ooh, your cat doesn't count. Why do you keep saying that, Jill? It just makes it sound like you're sleeping with your cat. A year ago, it was messy. See? I'm gonna give her the Jillian over the, what is it, Kath and Kim accent. I mean, I have no idea how you deal with that. If I were you, I would have pushed that fuckboy over in the closet ages ago. Fuckboy? People have different needs, priorities. Interesting game, yes. They do have some interesting conversations, and that's what this game is about, so you'd hope they had interesting conversations. Yes, but you don't you miss having the warmth of someone else by their side? Your side? Sorry, their side. That seems a bit weird. Using them as a pillow. Mixing them, your perfume, with theirs. Ooh, very romantic. Putting your head on their chest. Listening to them breathe as they pet your head. Dozing off what they're there. Watching you. Protecting you. Jill? Anything ever make you to shut up and drink? I'll have you know that my Uncle Juan taught me ventriloquism when I was 12. This is one of the few general Australian accents I can do. Throw my drink together. I should just start making them up. Drinking won't stop me from talking. Or making tasteless puns for Aunt Rosa. Still, get me something weird, would ya? Ventriloquism. A weird drink. Something experimental. Uncommon. Let's see. Promo drinks. Ooh. Oh, Piano Man and Piano Woman. Grizzly Temple sounds fun. Promo, bland. Bloomlight. So unnecessarily brown. Bland. Again, bland. I want an exciting. Why are all these promo bland? Well, let's go with the Grizzly Temple. It sounds fun. Actually, she's a drunkard sort of person. Let's find the one with most alcohol in it. I know there's 4 of each ingredient. Sounds like our drink. Put everything in the bloody kitchen sink in, everyone. So you have bartender or have conversations, basically. Yeah, basically. Living that service industry life. With all the rigors of being a woman in the surgery industry would bring. Like people asking you wildly inappropriate questions about your sex life. It's a good time, honestly. It really gives you another perspective on life, even though it's the cyberpunk future where everyone's robots. It's good fun. Honestly. Honestly, I think it's a game you need to drink with. It's fun to kind of drink along with the characters you're with. So, cheers. This is the 3rd mimosa. I'm going through these things like they're going out of style, mate. But yes, everything in the kitchen sink. The kitchen sink and the kitchen stink. On the rocks and mixed. I'm surprised it wasn't blended. There you go, Zenstar, have that. This fits the bill. I'm glad. I should have drink to commemorate a movie. Read, they leapt at the chance to sell drinks that would be unmarketable otherwise. That is most drinks that are based on things. Unfortunately, it's difficult. Unless you're talking about the Big Lebowski and his White Russian. White Russians are great. White Russians are a good one. There's just something nice about a bit of coffee liqueur, some straight vodka, and thickened cream or double cream. Delicious. Or thickened cream if you're different. It's good though. Just nice. Hey. Orders are weird today. They are? Yeah, usually the first thing you ask is for is a brandini and something like cobalt velvet or something similar. Well, I sometimes feel like I need something different, you know. Yeah, this is the voice we're going with. I love this voice, it's great. Something tells me that's part of the reason you left this Damien is because he was too deep into routine. Maybe. Speaking of routines, as a hacker, what's your opinion on the whole Alice Rabbit thing? Silence of somebody who just heard something stupid. Stupid enough to warrant the speech they've prepared just for occasions like this. As always, very perceptive of you. You know, decades ago, there was this group of people that hacked simple sites with an agenda. Yes, very feminine. I'm going the whole Kath and Kim. Yeah, Kathy. You people don't know at all what the hell Kath and Kim is, do you? Can't remember what they used to call themselves. I just remember that it was pretty, just petty vandalism. Anyway, everyone that participated started using the same name. They just wanted to create this anonymous anarchist's identity, eh? Our Alice Rabbit thing is the logical conclusion of that. Just, it's what happens when the idea reaches its breaking point and goes mainstream. It's no longer a group, but an individual. An untouchable entity watching from the shadows, monitoring and judging everything anyone does. Observing, tolerating no one but itself. What a bullshit for what it's essentially a pet for the press made up. The antithesis of your usual boogeyman, if you must. So you think such a person exists? Don't know? Don't care. I mean, we have seen the actions of such an entity. But it might be anything. An individual, a group, an AI. That's not taking into account all the copycats and pranksters using the name. So Alice Rabbit is a thing that exists, but is also really muddied overall. No marketing, no good marketing. Come on, Alice Rabbit. Need a strong identity. Something else that worries me, though.
That story always catches the attention of kids and such. Start trying to hack stuff without knowing the risks or consequences. Imagine if suddenly a group of tweens broke into this bar and started asking for drinks. That's how it feels for me. It's thanks to that damn Alice Rabbit thing. I'm doing this. This accent's slowly changing over time. It's not enough of that. There's more pressing matter at hand. There is. Yeah, you've been delaying my invitations for hanging out sometime for too long. Come on, mate. Bloody flakier than a meat pie. Bloody flakier than a meat pie, I tell ya. Well, that was an Australianism if I ever said one. Look at that. You hate me that much, Jill? My presence make you that uncomfortable? Well, not speaking for Jill, but it does make me fairly uncomfortable. I don't know why. Oh, this rate, I might just crash by your apartment. That way you can't just say no. Well, you can. Maybe I'll also crash for the night. Scottish Australian. Yeah. Hey, lass? I'll crash for the night. Could have a sleepover, braid our hair, tell stories all night, shower together. You know, need some human warmth in that place. Tits alone would be enough to fill my entire bathroom. Good God. Man, you react too nonchalantly. It's no fun. React a little bit. Let me tease you for a second. I refuse. In all seriousness, though, any particular reason to keep turning down my invitations? Eh? It's not like it's a date. Just want to have a conversation with you outside these four walls. I'm not a morning person. I rested for a night shift precisely to avoid waking up early. The earliest I've asked you out is 10 a.m, you know? That's early morning by my standards. I mean, it's not just fun to hang out, I just don't want to wake up early. You are hopeless. Anyway, gonna need another drink here. Say like a big brandini. Yeah? For me and the lasses. Me and the ladies, otherwise known as me assets, I suppose. Big brandini is enough. Ah. Wow, alrighty then. Big. Could only have 10 of each ingredient, so by making it big, I would need to probably do this. I can do that, I'm not saying. And mixed. Yeah, I didn't think that would work. Powdered Delta. Can you actually put 12? Oh, you can! I honestly didn't even know you could do that. Oh, shite, I put one in. I didn't mean to. Huh. You know, you'd think I'd be better at this considering I make cocktails myself, but man, oh, god damn it. It's too many mimosas! That Bronson extract is just determined to get into this drink. 4, 5, 6. When I first watched him, though, he was British. Yes. Really, people just describe wild things to me. I'm Australian. As hard as it is to believe. Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. And the old Cathy, come down to the taunts, eh? Oi. That's an Australian accent. Yeah, I suppose they use some sort of Scottishisms and Irishisms. It's because that's quite common in Australia, honestly. It's back in the day. Let's give it this drink. It's an expensive one. Oh, Brandini is such a weird name. It was originally supposed to be a replicate of the Martini. Problem is, the BTC got a hold of the brand of vermouth that was named after a certain automobile company. Yeah, I thought it was something like that. So on a weird whim, they changed the name. Oh, I see. Or it's not I, it's I. Oh, I see. Oh, I see, eh? I was wondering. Yeah. Don't worry about the people that work for might be doing with the information you provide. Not really. You don't? Do you worry about what happens when people leave this place drunk? Not really, most of the time. Well, neither do I. Well, who do? Do you get people drunk? Some say my beauty is intoxicating. That's beside the point. Or I get my payment, I do my job, and forget about the whole thing. Make your job sound so easy. Once you understand what precautions to take, it's no problem. No, I've always found my job fun. You know, do something you love and you never work a day in your life. However, most of my contracts are consultancy-based gigs. It's not like every day is a thrill. Meet your clients or I don't. It's always from behind many filters I can manage. I remember when I was a job, we had a couple of kids writing letters. Security reasons, right? Actually, because that way I lose a lot less time. I don't have to deal with the clients hitting on me or pestering me after the job's done. Or I also don't have to lose time to override my worth because big boobs equals small brain or some shit like that, eh? Mind protecting my identity is one of the reasons a few times I've shown myself. They just weren't even risky or dangerous jobs, just run-of-the-mill security checks. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I need to show up as a dishevelled nude or something. Give us something they expect to see. Or I just don't show up and save myself the trouble. Yeah, save myself the trouble. Nah, can't deal with it. These people. One of the questions, eh? Eh? All the questions. If you don't like these accents, stop me, but I'm going to keep doing them. Curious about it, I always forget to ask. Too many Alice Rabbit headlines and maybe wonder about the hacking business too. Oh, I'll remember to ask you things next time then. Well, I'll take my leave. See ya. Take care. Hello, sugar. Oh no. Never a good start to a conversation when they use the word sugar to refer to a woman. Ah! Hello, Mr. Donovan. Oh, god damn it. It's bloody Dono. I knew I was going to listen to him whine again tonight. Can't keep him away. Can never keep this bloody fellow away. I'm glad I made that thing. I'm glad he turned up because I did make the Scream's name dealing with old Dono's whining. So, I manifested that. Unfortunately. I manifested that, unfortunately. For God's sake. Now, Mr. Dono. Hey, sugar. Like my pop used to say, never touch the ass of a woman with metallic arms. I think it's more of a plastic and carbon fiber. They're hard as fuck, and that's the all my abdomen felt. You normally greet people that way? Man, the cat can chain himself when he sees something he likes, kid. I'm not liking this accent. What's another one? I'm walking here. I'm a man that can't contain himself when I cannot do the American. He's just got to be normal. I'm sorry. I can't do the New Yorker accent. If I could do a New Yorker accent better, I'm walking. I would do it, but I can't. So he's just got to be normal. Sorry, everyone. Oh, but don't worry. You're safe. You're flatter than a field in my summer house. Maybe I'll go with this sort of accent, eh? Bit of advice. You shouldn't provoke the one serving you drinks or food. Don't be offended, kid. You have your audience. I'm just not part of it. Today I'm making this quick one. Gotta tend to business in a while. Having said that, I'll just add a usual. The usual, he says. 3 days and he already has a usual drink. It's true. Beer. Not just any beer, a big beer, if I remember correctly. The usual. Sure, this'll work. What brings you today, old Dono? What brings you today? That girl I interviewed yesterday is coming again in a couple of weeks. So I was working to clinch an exclusive interview. Did you succeed? Who the hell do you think you were talking to? I'm Donovan. Sure, I had to blackmail the editors of the other outlets, but in the end, results what matter.
I see. Wait, blackmail?
You'd be surprised at the kind of stuff that you find out when you get the right people drunk.
Sounds like I should get him drunk.
Hey, the signature in that glass over there. Oh yeah, that big titty Lilith was here.
She came yesterday before the concert, yeah.
Anything juicy come out of her visit? Nope. Gossip worthy? Nope.
Tabloid worthy? Really clutching at the screws, aren't you?
Nope. Come on, there has to be something.
What I love is what she does, so it's honest and pure that anyone who tries to ruin it should be ashamed.
Ah, don't give me that shit. Throw me a boat here, anything.
Yeah, you're desperate, Dono. Come on, mate. God's sake, have some self-respect. I don't know them. Seriously, she said nothing that could be used against her, or you didn't already know. Fine. I keep accidentally skipping it. I did not mean it. Don't give me that shit, or Ramon.
Everyone's got a prize. How much to spill the beans? Yeah, okay.
I keep accidentally double-clicking.
All my interns are women, kid.
God damn it, why do I feel like my mouse is double-clicking? Every single one of them.
Pack of hungry, desperate bitches.
My only woman.
You ever watch The Race for Hope?
The movie?
Yeah. A movie about journalists looking for clues regarding a murder. That tacky movie had everything. Romance, action, a dog with sunglasses. Also had this weird, fantastical image of what journalism is. Guessing a lot of girls thought in high school, want to become journalists. Now I have to deal with that shit.
How can you so sure?
My first brother-in-law was a doctor. He said that a couple of years after the Emergency Heart movie, all the interns were women for a long while. This is why you don't let brats that barely understand what responsibilities are pick a career.
Might be time to buy a new nurse. Yeah, it feels strange. Perhaps know a girl named Kimberly LaValliette.
Doesn't ring a bell. Who's she?
Nobody. Forget I said anything. Interesting preview of tomorrow's news.
You expect me to share my information when you share your scoop in the singer?
How can I share one when there's honestly nothing to share?
Uh-huh. I'm gonna be a good citizen today and let this one pass. Ever heard of the group called the Hobbingers?
Oh, not really. They do sound like a rock band. I would want to overthrow the White Knights. Ooh, fancy.
I read their manifesto in the bathroom. Interesting piece. Even better makeshift toilet paper.
Of course. That does seem like something you would do.
Talk about how the organization is corrupt, full of mob bosses or something like that.
You've heard that one somewhere. What of them?
They sent me a message to some of the outlets saying they had proof of their claims. They're gonna release it to the public tomorrow.
That would be interesting to see, I think. Yeah, we'll see.
I know, right? Alright, kid, give me the Bleeding Jane so I can call it a day.
Alright, Bleeding Jane. Yeah, it is a bit of a change in pace. The old version of, I assume, the Bloody Mary. Weird drink, Bloody Mary. Strange drink. Classic sobering. Yeah, simple enough for you, I see.
So I've heard this Dana Zane's bar. Is that true?
Yeah.
Ever thought I'd hear about the undefeated of the West again?
God, she's got some title, hasn't she? Undefeated of the West, the Red Comet. Frightening lady who beat down a whole ride. A race more so out of that incident with the bears. Where is she? Outrunning some bears? I can barely contain myself. You must tell me that story.
6 years ago, a cast trapped Dana Zane in an underground ring for money. Faced 10 enraged grizzly bears. She beat them all without killing them. I heard she set them free afterwards, too. And you were there? I was drunk and bored. What can I say?
Well, she lost her arm there.
Can't remember. Too drunk. Maybe she had a prosthetic then, too. I heard someone there suggest she lost it after throwing a baseball out of some stadium.
Threw it so hard her arm fell off. Well, that's one way of losing an arm.
Sounds more like an unsubstantiated rumor.
It's actually made up.
But I gotta go. Next time I see you, Dana. Thank you for winning me my second yard. You better not know it was the right choice. Please come again. Yeah. No idea what accent up. Already at break time, are we? That was quick. That was very quick. I was not expecting that. Also, I like the background. Reminds me of like loading screens of old, you know, old like 90s era of Japanese video games. I don't care. Buy that for $1. Sorry about not hitting earlier. What are you doing? A brief meeting with my BTC regional manager. Ooh, everything alright? So nice it can be, considering we're closing eventually. When will that happen? I don't know. Working for why I think it's Australia. Oh. We're everywhere. You can't escape them. Aussie's bloody everywhere, mate. There's too many. There's too few of us, honestly, for there us to be such a big population in like online media. There's a fraction of us compared to the online population, and yet Australians are very popular everywhere. They turn up at VTuber groups as streamers, as everything from normal people to porn stars. It's crazy. This guy's name. She's streaming now. Oh, I see. That's why our paperwork is filed and everything's been put in order. I was also talking about you, about me. I was telling you whatever it takes to ensure you don't spend too much time without a job. If possible, I'll reassign you ASAP after closing. Anything else, Brian may be the angriest of us all. That's nice. Eventually, is the only bar in the whole area that hasn't given me any headaches, they said. Nothing else to do in Australia, I suppose. You're not wrong, other than fight kangaroos. What about Gil? He's the one that worries me the most, actually. Kind of using the credentials of another guy that was working here before. Who? When he bought the levitation potion and threw himself off a building. Ah, yes. Use weird euphemisms, boss. Anyway. Might hard to believe that Gil will find a job after all this. Just who is Gil? Good idea of his, but I'm still putting the pieces together. God, what is with all these people working at this bar? Got mysterious woman spreading her own rumors. And Mr. Gillian, ex-riot cop turned political protester. You're not close, don't kill this stack off. Yeah, sure. You guys know I can hear you, right? Yeah, it sucks to be you. Place looks familiar. Oh no. Smoothie is the VA-11 Hall A bar. Oh god, she's got a robot eye and cat ears. And absolutely massive drills. God, you could start a Eastern European strip mine with those drills. You could dig for oil in the North Sea with those drills. For God's sake. So, what brings this classically rich girl / catcall robot lady to my establishment? Also, with some sort of... Is that like the Iron Cross? She got the Iron Cross on her stomach? Her chest there? I don't know. Yes, it is the bar. Is indeed. Welcome to Valhalla. Oh god, what is Say planning now? Oh, what's an accent for... Oh god, what is Say planning now? Let's go with that. Excuse me? I want a drink whose name that was changed after many women protested. Can you get me that? Sure. Cause distinct. Go with by name, start at the beginning. Swing this around. Pretty woman. Okay, piano woman. I thought it was that. Ever gotten drunk enough to wrestle a croc? No. No. I've never gotten drunk enough to wrestle a croc. If only ever gotten... drunk enough to box a kangaroo. I'm kidding. But am I? Yeah, I am. But I did record a crocodile one time. Or did I? You'll never know. It's a mystery. So, there you go, Miss Cat-eared, Terminator-eyed, Iron Cross-wearing drill that will pierce the heavens woman. Very nice. Thanks a lot. So, you know, say, miss. I'm Stella Hoshi. My pleasure. Ooh, fancy. Stella Hoshi. Stella. Stars. Hoshi. Spelt like that reminds me of Hoshi in Japanese. Is she somebody who wants the stars or something like that? She wants stars? Because, you know, Hoshi, Stella. Stella's stars, right? I am so glad there was nothing left in that cup. Taxi! Somebody call a taxi for old mate Eric, because he's cooked, mate. He's done. Turn him over. Pull him out of the oven. Because old Eric is done spilling his bloody wine like a drunk girl at a hen's party. God's sake. Eric, you made a mess. Taxi, mate. Whoosh. Lucky that was barely full, because that would have got a real problem. That could have been a nightmare. I did get some water in my keyboard, but yeah, it's fine. There wasn't much. It's going to be sticky. That's going to be a pain. Taxi! Swap my tab too. Open a new tab. I also wanted to open up a new tab and search something up in Google. Okay, back to that. Yes, I know her. She's been here before, yes? Yep, in fact, I'm glad you know, because she left here this last time. Oh god, she left her helmet behind again. Not the first time, huh? Her helmets have been picked up by all sorts of people the last 3 months. Ballets, nurses, morticians, fine jugglers. She's been lucky enough to always leave it with people who return it at least. Oh, quite a few people. Say's as much of a sociable girl as she is a total klutz. At least she's not being serious. She is very competent when she puts her mind to it. I see. Colourful character. She's the lady, the soldier we had last time, one of the White Knights, right? Do you recommend this place or my meeting here today? Ooh, got 2 customers, everyone. Can see why she chose this place. It's the kind of place she likes. Say, is that Kira Mickey's autograph on that glass? Seems the glass is a conversation starter. Nice! I'll have to give her a nice drink for free next time she comes. Yes, it is. Most certainly is. How'd you get it? Stopped here yesterday just before the concert. Would you believe? Really? I'm going back to the Catholic Center. Really? I mean, she did. Yeah, nice girl. Can I see it? Sure, knock yourself out. Yep. His star-like signature is hers. So your name's Jill then? Yes, it is. Don't wear it out. Ain't this nice? Oh no. Here you go. You like it, Miss Stella? Just call me Stella. I do. Oh, look at those ears go up. Whenever you hear her songs, you're filled with so much energy and happiness. Very, very, very energetic and moving the more I drink. I heard she even opened with a new version of Shine Spark. I'm so vexed I couldn't purchase a ticket for this one. Vexed, I tell you. Absolutely vexed. A new version. Yes, I had a leak of the event. It felt more, how to put it, hot-blooded. Oops. Whoopsie daisy. I see. Definitely took about the dark act a bit too far. Excuse me for a second. No? Where the hell are you? A crash? Oh, you're helping? Would it take long? All right. Yeah, don't worry. I take it that was say, yes. Will you wait long for her? I will. In the meantime, I feel like another drink. One that was prepared in memory of its creator's dearest friend. Alrighty then, in honor of a good friend. God, she really likes her drinks with a story, doesn't she? Well, let's run through it. But a skin problem made the me design the drink without the sparkling. Fair enough. Rightio. I completely missed it. Did anyone else catch one? Ha! Right. I do not seem to have a drink that matches that description. In honor of a good friend. Am I not reading something? Bleeding Jane. A Spike. Pile Driver, Spike, Suplex, Sandstar. Uh-huh. Can anyone else think of the... Did anyone else see a drink there that actually fits that? Camlu, Smug Arseholes, Champagne, Drunkenness. I don't know either. Velvety, to be sleeping soundly. Spoonful of sugar. PG rated shows, favorite beer sets in 2040. Unbearable. Fans of the movie. Best thing I can think of, a Piano Man. Huh. This may be the first night when I don't get it perfect. I cannot think of anything. We've been looking through these drinks. Am I not getting something? The only thing I think of is Piano Man is sort of an old drink, right? Well, it probably is. It's an old song. Sing me the song of a Piano Man, you know. If it's based on the song, that's the best I can go with, honestly. Piano Man's what I've been thinking about. Somebody should make a bar simulator game. One of those really stupid ones with, like, terrible physics, maybe. So Piano Man's the best I can think of, honestly. Because, you know, it's the Piano Man, you know, sing me the song of Piano Man, sing me a song tonight, all that thing. It's... You know, it's very, obvious that it's about someone, so... Sorry, I'm just pouring another Mosa. Spilling bloody sparkling everywhere. Next. There you go. How does this work? Out of mind? Yes, exactly. Oh, we nailed it, everyone. Absolutely nailed it. I cannot believe it. Yes, exactly. Thank you. May I ask you something that might be personal? If it isn't about my eye, is it? No, it's not. Or at least I don't think so. I don't mean to serve many cat boomers. Something I've been curious about. What the hell is a cat boomer? Still here? Just getting ready for work. Don't worry. You get ready to get that dough. Cat boomers? I feel like people would have liked boomers a lot more if they were cats, let's be honest. Did you go through the procedure because you had a disease or because of the fat? Before I was born, I was diagnosed with nanomachine rejection. So I had it be done, otherwise I'd have died shortly after birth. Why does that give you cat ears? A bit of the weak side because of that. Sorry if I overstepped. I don't mind. Wow. Weird that a procedure makes you a cat and saves you from nanomachine rejection. It's always nice to dispel the idea that my parents were just into the fad. Seem to know your drink skill. Yeah, I didn't know. Just read more than a recipe. Do you like alcohol? Yes. Yeah, but not the usual way. I don't like to drink much outside of canned beer. Ah, different from me. I like to drink it, don't like getting drunk. The colours, their stories, the way you keep them stored, designs. I'll agree with that. Sounds a bit silly when I say it out loud. Not at all. Do you collect them or anything like that? Actually, yeah, I started with my grandpa's collection and I've been slowly growing it. Well, because my debts, but I managed little by little. I'm a woman after my own heart, I swear. You like our whole Stella? I'm here, right? But I'm normally more of a social drinker. Unless I'm with somebody, I don't tend to drink much. I see. Sorry, I'm late. Welcome. Took your sweet time. Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna do a high voice, my throat is not able to do it. Caught in a rush, figured I'd be walking very faster. Luckily, there was a building with emergency stairs, so I climbed down. Took an air cap. Oh. Ground transportation, but I'm happy to put safety first. Safety, no, flying cars is just way cooler. Still, I don't understand how they give you motion sickness. If I find out how to avoid it, you'll be the first to know. Let's be very energetic. Yeah, it's all good. Anyway, I'll have one of your orders next. I'd like a drink that was... You got it again? You and your cryptic orders, always leaving us with weird stuff. Hey, I only expect the best from whoever serves me. I need to be able to answer these kind of orders. Still, you're wearing poor Jill out here with that kind of stuff. She's done quite well so far, actually. Really? Thank you. Whatever you please. Please order something normal, would you? That'll be too fringe with us then. Pictures once? No, we're sharing. That, like, half a glass each? Isn't it better if one each? Don't worry, you'll see. Wow, she really is an interesting one, isn't she? Two fringe weavers. We haven't had a fringe weaver, have we? Oh my goodness, this is just alcohol. Like drinking alcohol with a spoonful of sugar. Shit, not wrong. Two fringe weavers coming right up. Actually, might not be able to drink fast enough, because at this rate, we'll get to the 2 hours that I wanted to do tonight. And we'll, be done with the night. The night was quite quick, honestly. Half this night was quite quick. I was quite surprised. Only had, like, 2 people. Halfway through my orange juice. About a third away from my... there you go. So? This one's for you, and this one's for me. You said you wanted whatever I asked for, right? That way? You could have said so earlier. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, here. Hey, so this is where I got my helmet. Thanks. You need to be more careful with your things. But I have spares. It's fine. She'll be right, mate. She'll be right. Maybe I should go with that accent for her. Hey, mate. Yeah, but I have spares. I have spares, mate. Those spares should be saved when you're using brakes or malfunctions, not when you lose it. Those helmets cost money, you know. Yeah, sorry. Sorry? Maybe the bus got her head stuck because of the jam button. Speaking of money, you still going to that meeting at the bank tomorrow? Yep. Yep, you worried? Oh, for a friend, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. Don't be. It'll be fine. Rumours are just rumours.
Rumours?
They say something might happen at the bank tomorrow. But all this tension in the air lately, it's hard to know if it's true. It's the fear-mongering wasn't enough. People have also started spreading baseless rumours, mate. Just yesterday, I'd stop a group of rampaging youngsters. The city would be levelled by bombs. Everyone's on edge. Yes. I know you're worried, but I have to go there. It's orders from the higher-ups. Tell me something. If someone came after me, do you think they'd stand a chance? You're quite strong, but I'll take something to protect myself. I'll be prepared for anything. Would that make you feel safer? This feels like a cute couple. I feel like I'm watching a cute couple do cute couple things, you know? This is like adorable. Like the concerned partner. I'd say wife, but I think that's a bit outdated these days. Partner. Concerned partner. The more masculine, the more feminine. Maybe. I'll tell you what. After I come back, we'll get some ice cream, eh? That way you can vent all your frustrations, eh, mate? Alright. Seems my vehicle is here to pick me up. You coming soon? Nah, stay a bit longer. Okay, take care. Boy. She's such a worry wart. I mean, she cares about you. She does. I thought you were in a relationship, honestly. Never doubted. Say, what does my helmet smell like bacon? Bacon. Not that I mind, just curious. Well, you know, some things absorb the smell of what's nearby. Must have grabbed it from one of the ingredients. I see. Stuff about tensions growing, the Arcanist group's trying to disband the White Knights. Tell you the truth, I'm a bit worried, eh? Even in my division, there's some shady business going on, but I don't investigate too deeply. Kind of business. From what I understand, things like working with human traffickers or drug dealers and letting them do act as they wish. Jesus Christ, mate. Human traffickers. Right. Got it. It's a great thing for a paramedic to be doing. Seems like some of the ones get apprehended are the ones that have failed them in some way. Stella always has the White Knights are just glorified mall security. Doubt that she's been proven beyond a doubt after that shady business going on, eh? Zaibatsu Corp's main branch would separate themselves from the old White Knight division. Something about Associates' fear of bad PR rather than moving to BTC. Sounds plausible. Worries me though, because I really like my job. Guess it's similar fate exists among the upper ranks, like they seem reference. Not too different from now. Well, I did train as a paramedic, and there was no human trafficking going on when I was a paramedic. I don't know how it is in the old Americas, the land of the free to sell off somebody else's organs, I guess, but here, over in the land of the not-so-free, we do tend to stay away from that. I'm sure there's human trafficking happening in Australia, let's be honest. There's criminal underworld everywhere. I grew up in a town that had mafia, and almost certainly dealt with human trafficking, but mostly illegal drugs. But, you know, the paramedics I worked with didn't sell anybody's organs. Too much politics. Hurts my brain. Just want to rescue people, help them. Yeah, it always happens, eh? The best of us. Oh, I mean corruption. Oh, I was being very specific, wasn't I? Are you going at the bank tomorrow? Colonel needed me to relay some information to the manager, and I was picked because he trusted me. Well, he said, "You're such a simpleton, you never give the wrong message. But it's attention that counts." Oh. Finally! The Dorothy has come back to Valhalla! Oh, it was a sitcom I should say. Finally! Dorothy has come back to Valhalla! Welcome, the strange child. Dorothy. Please refrain from doing this, everyone. You're disturbing other clients. Oh, come on. You know the audience would have gone wild with that one. Besides, you make it sound like I have a full house. It's uncommon to see you 2 days in a row. Want to grab something before starting my shift. Grab something before they start grabbing me, you could say. Oh, very funny. You're a funny lass. Very, I don't call it anything can help it over here. It costs like 11k to ride and sometimes it doesn't cover my insurance. Dear God, and I thought it was bad in New South Wales. You had to pay $300 for the damn thing. 11,000 American freedom bucks? That's like 15, 16 grand Australian dollars. For God's sake. Sell your firstborn child to Lucifer Morningstar with that sort of money. Grab something for the grab these. Hey. Having a drink? Can I buy you one? Oh, why, yes, thank you. Honey, you should follow her example and offer me drinks more often. Yeah, we'll see. What are you having? I'll have what she's having. I've got the perfect thing. Let's have a blue fairy. One for both. One for each. Alright. 2 Blair... Let's not get the ghost of having a baby. You know, I'm shocked the country hasn't collapsed from lack of births, honestly. Well, you know the story. If it's optional alcohol, I put all of the alcohol in it. Alcohol. Because I'm a terrible, terrible person and should never be trusted with a bar. Let's make one slightly less alcohol. Take that. But yeah, good God. Every time I hear about America, I just cannot believe that country functions. I'll be honest. I do not know how you do it. I would be just so anxious about money. I'm anxious enough about money. Here in Australia, where a lot of healthcare is free, the most expensive thing I pay for is my psychologist appointments and my physio appointments. They are pricey, and when I needed to go to the cardiologist a couple of times and different specialists. Specialists cost money, even with insurance, and my insurance is not too bad. It's there. It's not too bad. I'm not going to say how much I spend, but it's not honestly killing me. And that usually covers a bit of it, but my physio and I get 10 free and/or subsidized physio appointments a year and 10 free/subsidized psychologist appointments a year. So honestly, it's not too bad over here. And even then I worry about money to no end. I could not imagine living with that sort of thing over your head, eh? 2 fairies. For the 2 fairies at the table. We've got 2 fairies for the 2 fairies at the bar. It's blue, like your hair. It's true. It is. Oh, missed that. So what's your name? What's your name, sweetie? Call me Say. Call me Say, mate. Alright, Say. I'm Dorothy. Say, Say. Say, Say. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Say, Say. Say, Say. Say, why'd you buy me a drink? I just thought it would be... You were cute as a button. So I want to invite you to join me. Wow, you have to be the first person to offer me a drink without an ulterior motive. That includes fuckboy over there. What do you mean? Trust me, and when you work in my kind of field, you learn to read the cues from everything. This girl's simple to a fault. How say? Not the type that... What you see is what you get type. Look at the faces. That simply sees no point in lying. Coupled with the fact that you're here in what looks like a work attire amused me. That you're married to your job. That sex is far too down your priority list to notice its existence. The life, isn't it? Hello, J. Hank, how are you? So you've invited me to a drink? It's because you found me cute. And that's the extent of it. I believe you. Thank you, mate. Say the first one, but what about Deal giving you the ticket the other day? Who? Oh, yeah, the little one with the dogs. No, he doesn't count. He looked like humanoid Matt. Oh, no. Ouch. Seemed very perceptive, Dorothy. Terry, what's the accent I was going for? How are you doing, Hank? You join me with my 5th mimosa? It's a good time. Seem very perceptive, Dorothy, mate. But I'm not too far behind. There we are. How's that? I can tell your body is heavily modded with the things you shouldn't even have. Your tongue is BV-069 with DNA scan capabilities. That's where the camera broke if the patient's always trapped in debt and paying it, somehow. Yes, I worry about money all the time, so you're not wrong. Yes. Your skin is coated with anti-radiation finish. Your joints are premium, extra flexible variety. And the most important thing, your hands. What about them? I don't know how your body is under your clothes, but the tongue, joints, and skin are merely interesting. Your hands are the MRID 113 of the realtor industries, mate. A model designed to shoot Class 5 bullets from its fingertips. So? Chill, you don't want to get drunk, mate. Yeah. I think that ship has sailed, honestly, mate. Clause 3, Article 17, the augmentations, modification laws on the topic of holistic augmentations, any humanoid or sapient creature and civilian designation that has upgraded any of its person to hold firearms of Class C or higher will be either commissioned for disarmament or sent to danger zones. Hey, mate? Chew on them apples, mate. So what are you gonna do? Nothing. Huh. Not law enforcement, just do rescue, even if I was. I'm not in Judy right now. Yeah, she is a bit of a robot nut, isn't she? Let's just hope she doesn't make this robot nut in this bar. Yeah, that's a kid phrase, right? Nut. To ejaculate. There you go. Clever drink. These mimosas are making me more clever. Yeah, he's completely hammered. Out of the, you know, that's what I said. No, how you know I'm completely smashed, mate, is I threw my drink on the bloody keyboard. And I yelled, taxi! Old Eric's done, mate. Turn him over and pull him out of the oven, because he's cooked. Now that's comedy. Yes, it is, isn't it? Trying to use them young people phrases. And I can use the excuse of I'm in my 5th mimosa, so I was just drunk, trying to match the atmosphere of a video game. I'm on duty right now. Oh. Just want to know, why'd you go through with that upgrade? The girl's got to take care of yourself, you know? Want to be able to take care of these things if they get hungry. This is the most discreet mod I had. It's all for Australian and Floridians. Indeed it is. That and boxing kangaroos. Or at least I thought so. Yeah, mate. Yeah. Okay, then. Can I give you some advice? I guess. The reason I could tell it's not your default hand model is your fingertips. The tips are a little bigger to make the cannons fit. If you get a small mod that changes them into disposable tips, assuming them being used in self-defense, not regular use, of course. I see. Well, I gotta go. And yes, another thing. If you aim for the arms or legs, once is self-defense. Anything more, assault. Good advice. Yes. Bye, Dorothy. Bye, Jill. See you, mates. Nighty night. Bye-bye. Please come again. I thought she was going to take me away. Take me home. Put me in my mouth a vacuum cleaner in 3 years. 2 if I behave well. What happens when you underestimate people? Though I'm tempted to ask, about what? DNA reading tongue. Very prehensile. Intuitive. Also, vibrates. Strange. Extra flexible joints. Do you really need to ask? No. I'd rather not explained, honestly. Any radiation coding? My skin's first tool of the trade. I need to take care of as much as possible. What kind of people are you meeting with in this job of yours? God damn it. Soft hammering has been battered. Alright then. Fancy yourself a diviner at reading people and all? Not really, I'm just quite good at reading people. Byproduct of dealing with so many people on a daily basis. Oh, joyful. Hey! From Lilum. Me then. Let's see. Very. And let me repeat this for a 3rd time, for the people in the back, very sexually frustrated. This is starting to feel... It's not the act itself, but rather that you partners can't seem to satisfy you on a deeper level. Wow, this is going deep. In all the wrong ways. Deeper frustration. Something happened that's blocking you. Maybe there's someone you know won't return your feelings. Maybe they were hurt in the past. I think you've hit the nail on the head twice there. 2 in 1 hit. Oh god, this world's gonna be sad. Your demeanor is that of someone who feels life is playing tricks on her. Aren't we all? Like a dog whose owners never really throws the ball. Yikes. Oof, that is a scathing takedown, lass. How are you going to take that, Jill? She's never going to recover from this. Oh boy, did I actually hit the nail on the head? I was making the stuff up on the fly. All this up with rubbish, I say, because it's 80% right most of the time. Generic bullshit, if you will. You'd be surprised the amount of sexual frustration these people hold. You're not wrong. We've all seen those old idiots, those middle-aged men online. Oh, God's sake, you'd wonder. You'd wonder they died. They would die if they didn't get what they asked for. Can't read you, honey. You're too good at putting in a professional face. This definitely gives me more insight to you. Lucky, lucky. Too late or something? I am. But if you don't with self-revisions, I could stall for some time. Of course you would, lass. Go. Leave. Bye-bye, honey. Artificial knowledge has come far, hey? One wonders how artificial it remains. Gillian, why are you acting like the dramatic narrator? She tells a story about one of those guys and she drunk so down enough. Oh, I see. What a narrator. He's like those... that seems like the start of, or the end of like a Black Mirror sort of... a Black Mirror episode sort of monologue. Like, artificial intelligence have come rather far, eh? One wonders how artificial it remains. Title card. Or credits. What's your favorite alcoholic drink? Out of cocktails, or do you just mean just a single spirit of some kind? Let's be more specific. Do you mean spirits or a classification? We gotta be more specific. Just drink is too vague. Do you mean a specific spirit? Like a specific gin? Or a specific whiskey? Or do you mean a kind of classification of a spirit? Or do you mean a cocktail in general? Because my favourite cocktail is a hard tie between my own... Cocktails. Well, I really do like my own, I'll admit. I quite enjoy it, but it's based on flavours I like. So the Old Winter's Nostalgia, he's up there in the top 5. But favourite altogether... out of all of them, I probably have the Negroni the most, so that's pretty close. It's hard, I don't classify things as favourites, rarely, because I'm too much of those sort of person who gets bored of things. So I always have a kind of nebulous group of things I go back to rather than one thing. So Negronis, you know, New York Sours, that sort of thing. What was that drink I had before? The penicillin's quite good. Trinidad Sour. I'd say it would be a tie between something like the Negroni or the Trinidad Sour as my favourite cocktail currently. Just love the Trinidad. It's so good. Bitters and the Negroni is just such a classic, beautifully balanced drink. It allows, you know, whatever you put into it to shine, really. If you put the right gin in it. Oh, it's beautiful. Even a bad gin goes well in a Negroni. That Campari, that sweet vermouth. It's a great drink. It's a drink that you taste the Negroni and you go, this is a classic because it's just so balanced. It's 3, it's very easy to make, 1 shot of each, and it's just a balanced, solid drink. And you don't really need much. You don't need you just get the branded drinks. You get the sweet vermouth, that's called sweet vermouth. You get the Campari, that's called Campari, and you just get a bottle of London Dry Gin. It's great. It's good stuff. But yes, that and the Trinidad Sour would probably be my favourites if I were to be... if at gunpoint I was forced, but, you know, you have things like penicillin, which I really like, and a lot of smoked drinks with things like Ardbeg or Lefroy in them. Even spirits on their own. Just a gin and soda. Spectacular, especially with the right gin. Some whiskey straight. You've gotten me onto a conversation, but yes. I'd say the top two are Negroni, tied, like the top two are shared between, 1 and 2 are shared between, your Negroni and your Trinidad Sour, and then I'd say my cocktail, and then a few of the classics, like, well, Moscow Mule's quite a good one. Cuba Libre is also a nice one. Very nice one that is side of like a thing that I also would probably put in my top 10 is, the Americano. That's a nice one. I don't like an old-fashioned straight unless it's with the rice whiskey. So if you've got a good whiskey, an old-fashioned's great. So something with a double black old-fashioned. I like dashing a bit of just a tad of orange bitters in my old-fashions. That's just me, though. I'm getting distracted. Shut up, fuck boy. God. Everything done? Yep. This might be random, but do you remember the first time I came to the bar? Found your contract? Yeah, why? Well, for some reason I've been hung up on it since this morning, and I just realised why. The visage that worked with me back then was you trying to pull your hand out of a jar. Yeah, that! I don't remember what exactly, but it feels like something fell inside and I tried to retrieve it. Got stuck. I was afraid a friend's jar was so I couldn't break it. Hey Jill, how'd you get my hand out of the jar? A straw and some butter. Clever solution. Here's back to the random thought. Into what the hell yesterday. How many times did your foot get stuck on something for stomping it? How do you get stuck into so many things? Always stuck in a rut, I suppose. Huh. You mentioned it. I remember one time she tried to eat a big sandwich and her jaw got stuck. Eesh! Ooh, that's painful. Incident with the TV. I don't know my fault with the others, but the TV incident was not my fault. The assembly instructions for that were standard, should have labeled their Z's and S's better. You saw what happened when I switched this S2 piece with the 5Z one. So, Jim's onto something here. She is. Now go clean the dishes and you can leave for today. I think she'll make an effort now to avoid getting stuck in things. I want to believe. Don't we all? Everything will turn out alright in the end, don't worry. Why is that a payment on my docket? Why was I paid everything will turn out right in the end, don't worry? Subscription will get renewed. Should have no problems focusing on it. There you go. There's your subscription, lass. But at the moment, I have needs, she says. The shining-fingered needs. As yeah. So let's chat for a bit, I suppose. It was a bit shorter than I expected, and I would like to do it, but I do have to get up early for the other stream, and I do want to go to bed. Sleep. So we'll chat for a bit. Anything else interesting happen? We'll save it. And we'll jump over to the screen. The nighttime chat screen. Shh. So, how'd we all enjoy ourselves, eh? We all enjoy ourselves a lot, didn't we? That did work. Thanks for the... Yeah, well, thank you for watching. You do well at work, mate. Don't you... I don't know. Do whatever you're not supposed to do at work. Today's the Pink Snake Lady's first year anniversary. Oh, is it? She doing anything exciting? Doing well, not a bad stream. I'm glad. It's a bit of a short stream, unfortunately. So I apologize for that, but I'm a bit tired and a bit too many drinks down. Let me drag you over so I can see you a bit easier. Because you're on my second screen. It's a bit annoying. There you go. She's having an endurance stream. How is she now? What's the name again? Alicia? Didn't I subscribe? I feel like I subscribed to her. Let's go subscribe to her. Why not? If I haven't subscribed to her already. That's the Alicia lady, right? Alicia or... I can't quite remember the pronunciation of her name. Alicia Nikos, right? Yeah, I've bookmarked her channel. Ooh, 1,000 subscribers. Look at her. Look at her. Oh, she's not streaming yet. I'll subscribe. 1,000 subscribers. She's doing well. Look at her. 1.03 subscribers. 1.03 thousand subscribers. Amazing. Clap, clap to her.
It's always nice to see people succeed. Clap, 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 clap. Sometimes it gets me. There you go. Round of applause. You see, I did the whole round. Round of applause. Woo. That's such a terrible joke. I don't know if I'll be able to catch it, though. If she's doing it later in today, I may be asleep, unfortunately. I'm not... Oops. Definitely not in the place to be getting up early. That's for sure. Ooh, endless. It's breaking your model, yeah. Because it gets in front of my face. Yeah, it's always nice to see people doing well. Yeah, we always... I'll admit, if I'm not jealous of others' success, I'm gonna say it's... Can't do anything about that, mate. Jealous of success is just how I always have been. And jealousy is the wrong way to describe how I feel about a lot of things. It's more like, wouldn't that be nice? The grass is greener syndrome is perhaps a better way of putting how I feel about things. You know, sort of, it's that innate Australian anger that comes from people who are doing better than you. You know, tall poppies. And you know what? You just have to accept that's how you feel. As long as you don't act on it, it's okay. Thoughts are not crimes. So as long as you don't act on the silliness you think, I wouldn't say you're any the worse. Granted, you have to keep those thoughts in your head for that to be the case. So I used to do the Gamcast. I'm searching for something else to do. Oh dear. Watching VTubers? I don't know. Going back to last week's on CDog VA's Twitch channel. And, watching the, you know, almost tens of hours of them riding across Hokkaido. I think it's quite fun. I think you might enjoy it. Oh, also, I had this prop that I was going to use tonight that I ended up using. Or no, if I had a Cosmopolitan, I would use this prop. CDog VA, he calls himself. He's a voice actor. One of those Japan YouTubers these days. So yeah, CDog VA. I don't know why it's CDog. I think it's Connor. His name's Connor. Connor Coughlin or something like that. He has a Welsh name, so it's very difficult to pronounce. So Dog is probably a better last name for him. You know, I have an interest in Japan. And he recently did a charity live stream, or a series of live streams. A series of live streams in support of the, well, speaking of Iron Mouse, in support of the Immunodeficiency Foundation, where he's raising money. They managed to raise 300,000. It was really impressive. In fact, 100,000 of that 300,000 came from the last day. On the last day, they started with $207,000 raised, and came to finish at 316 or something like that. It was spectacular. In fact, I visited my mother a few times and showed her the streams. We both had a great time watching it. I don't know, we just both like watching these idiots ride across Hokkaido and watching them suffer. I don't know, Schadenfreude or something. It's good times. I don't know why I'm advertising this fellow, but I think it's a good stream. It's good fun. It's honestly the first time I've ever actually felt compelled to watch a stream. Like, you know, in its entirety, something where I felt bad that I wasn't able to sit and watch for 7 hours straight. I'm telling you should invite Iron Mouse to do an interview, yeah. One day I'll have the courage. I barely have the courage to do most things on the internet, I'll tell you, mate. Does it actually connect to me? It's showing up, right? Woo. The old Cosmopolitan PDF I have. I don't know why I keep sticking it to myself, but I'll use it one day when I should have used it when I had the Cosmopolitan. Also, this is going to be a strange question. Does anyone want the PDF of today's thumbnail? So the PDF of me just downing a bottle of wine? Does anyone want that? Because I can send it on the Discord if anyone wants it. I think it would be quite funny. Oh, for Eric, that's another game suggestion. Oh, there's... Oh, I know that video you've put on there. I just looked at the For Eric thing. I know that video tab, and the guy going, lightning bolt, lightning bolt. He's just pegging rocks at the person or something. Yeah, it's fascinating stuff. Once I get the courage, don't you worry. I can't think of a use of it. Personally, think it's useful. Yeah, okay. How did they How did my picture... Did you find any useful ones in those pictures that I gave you, Tiberian? I didn't notice that I had kind of created a story, like some sort of hapshod story with the pictures I gave you, the PDFs I gave you of me with my hand on my lapel. But it did look like I had something to say, then forgot it, and then had something to say again, but... Yes, I did. Wonderful. Huh. You know what? I'm gonna throw, let me go and, get that PDF. We'll do that right now. Why not? I'll throw it into the emoji suggestions channel. Just because it probably would be funny. Where are you? There you are. I purposely copied it so it would, it's going to be very big, honestly, so to make it into emoji would be pretty difficult, but I'll just sort of get my whole head in it. And it's because it's a part of a wine bottle. It's part of a wine bottle. You can make it into a square or however emojis work, I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know how emojis work. Never something I learned to deal with. Don't put you on this side so I can see you. I'll just export this, this'll do. I like how worried I look. Eric drinking. I'm gonna call it Eric drinking problem. Too old to understand him. I never learned. You can learn. Everyone can learn. I'll say that. It's a learning thing, and I just haven't bothered. So I've got an Eric drinking problem. Now let's go find it. Hearing myself in the background. Do 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 do. Where is it going? I've lost it. Too old to understand emojis. Fair enough. But, you know, I thought I'd be too old to understand computers, or too much to understand the internet, and I've gotten pretty good at it, so... I just find it exhausting sometimes to do some things. Like social media. Fun. There you go. There you go. I'll have a PDF of me downing half a bottle of wine. Literally half, well, more like a third of a bottle of wine that didn't exist. It was the only PNG I could find that was free of some alcohol pouring. Sarah's in the emoji suggestions area. Yes, fascinating stuff, honestly. Fascinating stuff. This game's not too bad. I would like to give it a bit more time to breathe. Just don't click the dancing cat saying you want money. Yes. Man, some of those scams, I tell you. Like, I'm pretty good. I will admit that I've almost fallen for scams, but most of the time I've managed to avoid it. They've almost gotten me, where I've almost been convinced by something ordinary. Sometimes because usually they get me when I'm expecting something else, and then I get a text message and it almost gets me, and I go, wait a second, something's strange about this. My father, unfortunately, isn't so lucky. He's quite internet savvy for such an old man. Such an old bastard. Such an actual ancient creature that he is. He's pretty internet savvy, but he gets caught occasionally. But luckily we're able to stop it before it gets too bad. I think one time he accidentally subscribed to a gym or something like that because of a web page. Because of the
What got him was there was a web page that had used ads to become the first result. And when he clicked on that, it was more like this shady, put in your details and give me all your money sort of site. But it wasn't actually, because what he was looking for was a parking thing for us. Because we were going out somewhere, everyone together. And he was like, oh, I'll just look up parking structures. You know, I can do that. I can do something. He wanted to do something. So he was looking up parking structures to kind of book parking for the family as we all went to some performance or something. And he accidentally got... For some reason, somebody paid for ads to put a scam link at the top over the parking for the airport and stuff like that. Terrible, terrible stuff. And it got him. It did get him. But we managed to get the money back and it was fine. And we, you know, changed the card. So it was all alright. Bit of a shame though. Anyway. I think it's time for me to go to bed. And don't buy crypto, so it's too much important. That's too much of an important thing to know. Yeah. Well, I barely do stocks, honestly. I let, you know, I do low level, low risk, long-term stock stuff. That's all I do. All of that's set for fancy stuff. So don't come for me for financial advice, because I don't spend much money. Pretty good at saving. Anyway, thank you all for watching. You've been a good audience, as always. One of these days, I'll give this game the whole day, and we'll get through a lot of it. We'll get through, like, 3 days. But one day is next time. Anyway, I'm tired, so I'll head to bed, and probably have a headache tomorrow morning. And I'll see you tomorrow morning for a Thymesia stream, starting at 9 AM. AEST. So, you know, in 12 hours or so. Very close to each other, these two streams. Other than that, thank you all for watching. You've been a good audience. And as always, good night. Sleep tight. And don't let the hand cannon in the fingers of the robot bite. Watch out what robot ladies you mess with. Nighty night, everyone. God, I didn't have OBS up. This is quite awkward. Goodbye. Getting drunk with mimosas is something that can happen to you too. It is. Watch out, mimosas are easy to drink. That's why they always drink them at hen parties. Bye-bye. I spat my drink, Tiberian. I know I'm not back, but I spat my drink when I saw that. God damn it, Tiberian. Why'd you have to do that to me? Now the whole thing is covered in mimosa. Why would you do this to me, Tiberian? You're supposed to laugh at the Spanish Inquisition, not make me laugh. That's all from Eric from Beyond.